So in this explainer, we're going to dive into a pretty powerful idea, and honestly, it's a little counterintuitive. In this crazy connected world of ours, the absolute smartest thing you can do for your brain might actually be to step back, unplug, and, just disappear for a bit.
It really all kicks off with this question right here. Think about it. We're constantly being told we need to build our online presence, network constantly, be visible 24/7. So why on earth are some of the most driven, most successful people out there doing the exact opposite? What is it that they know that maybe the rest of us don't?
And this quote, well, it just hits the nail on the head. See, this isn't about being some kind of anti-technology hermit. Not at all. It's a strategic move. The people who value their ability to think deeply, they're the first ones to spot the danger. They're making a calculated retreat to protect their single most valuable asset, their ability to focus.
To really get why they're doing this, we have to first figure out the price we're all paying for being constantly plugged in. And as you're about to see, that price tag, it's a whole lot higher than you might think. This chart just lays out the basic conflict perfectly. On one side, you have deep work. That's the zone where you build real, valuable skills, solve the tough problems, and actually create new value in the world. And on the other side, you have superficial connectivity, a state that just bleeds your focus dry with simple tasks and the constant game of managing social approval. Here's the most important part. You can't have both. These two states are completely mutually exclusive. And here's the real kicker. This whole environment, it's not some accident. The digital tools we use every single day are designed to keep us in that shallow, superficial state. Why? Because they run on distraction. That's what keeps us scrolling and clicking and engaging. It's literally an economy built on capturing slices of our attention. So what's happening under the hood in our brains? Well, it's all about something called dopamine management. Every time you get a like, a notification, a refresh, it's like a tiny little sugar hit for your brain, a little jolt of dopamine. These platforms are basically designed to be slot machines for our minds. And when your brain gets hooked on those easy, low-value rewards, it starts to lose the patience and the appetite for the hard, sustained effort that deep focus requires. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's not about just passively trying to manage distractions as they pop up. It's about proactively building a fortress around the state of mind that actually matters. It is time to protect deep work. This is what we're trying to save. Deep work is basically the superpower of the knowledge economy. It's that incredible state of flow where you are just completely immersed, you're stretching your abilities, and you're producing the best stuff you're capable of. This is where the breakthroughs happen. Now, out of all of these, I want you to really focus on that last point, because this is the most important one. As the world gets louder and more distracting, the ability to actually do deep work is getting rarer and rarer. And in any economy, what's rare is valuable. So being able to cultivate this skill isn't just some nice little productivity hack. You could argue it's the single biggest competitive advantage you can have in the 21st century. Let's just be crystal clear on this. You cannot serve two masters. Every single moment you spend with your attention fractured and scattered is a moment you are not spending in deep work. They are in a direct fight with each other. One literally destroys the other. So how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? This is where we go from the why to the how. Digital minimalism isn't just a cool philosophy. It's a real, concrete strategy for taking back your focus. And the strategy itself is actually pretty straightforward. First, you take a hard look at your digital life, an audit. Step 2, you get really clear on what you're actually trying to accomplish. What are your core goals? Then, and this is the tough part, step 3, you ruthlessly get rid of every single tool, app, and habit that doesn't directly help you reach those goals. And finally, you take all that time and attention you just freed up and you pour it into deep, meaningful work. This is such a critical distinction to make. Digital minimalism is not about depriving yourself just for the sake of it. It's about being intentional. It's about reallocating your most finite, precious resource, your attention, and moving it away from low-value junk and toward high-value creation. So when you start to put all these pieces together, you begin to see that this is way more than just a life hack. It's a conscious, intellectual choice about how you want to show up in the world. And that's really the core argument here. In a world that literally makes money off of your distraction, choosing to be focused is a radical act. Digital minimalism is the deliberate, strategic response from people who want to do the hard, creative, and truly valuable work our society needs. And in the end, that's what's really at stake. This isn't about your phone, it's not about your apps. It's about protecting your ability to think clearly, to solve hard problems,
and to create things that matter. It's about protecting the very tool you use to experience and shape the world, your own mind. So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. If you could actually reclaim all those hours lost to distraction, if you could operate at your absolute cognitive peak consistently, what incredible things could you build? What problems could you solve? What could you create with a truly fully undistracted mind?